It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias. What's up, everybody? It's the Best of Bias podcast, impromptu episode. I thought I'd hop in here and give you guys a draft reaction since we are towards the end of the draft here, day 3, about round 7. So I want to kind of pop in here and let you guys know how I feel about the Bucs and how we drafted this year. How about that? You know, a little change of content here. You know what I'm saying? I won't count this as actually an episode towards, the Best of Bias episodes, but it's a little impromptu. I mean, I guess it can be 242.1 because I just dropped episode 242 this week. So I ain't gonna overwhelm you, but I want you guys to know a little bit more in depth on how I felt about our picks. We talked about the draft, previewing the draft on Thursday here, but now that we actually got our picks, I want to talk about it before it gets too late, if that's okay with y'all. But anyways, we here now. But let's talk about round number 1. Jason Light, Todd Bowles, you guys did your thing, man. I'm not even mad at this year's draft. Jason Light's known for being a great drafter. We already know that. But this year, man, I think we especially did great. I am really happy to be a Buccaneers fan, wearing my jersey proud. We couldn't have done any better, man. The first round, everybody's kind of tripping because we took Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State. We already had 3 other receivers, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, T-Mac, or J-Mac, excuse me, Jalen McMillan coming out of Washington. So we were 3 strong, re-signed Sterling Sharp. Sterling Sharp. Was it Sterling Sharp? Sterling Shepard, excuse me. Sterling Shepard. Sterling Sharp is Shannon Sharp's brother. But Sterling Shepard, still having Trey Palmer. Just having a full already a deep ass receiving core. Getting Emeka Egbuka, arguably the second best receiver in the draft, was really surprising. But I'm really happy we're able to add to that arsenal for Baker Mayfield. Getting Bucky Irving last year. Still got Rachaad White, Cade Otton getting better. And that receiving core I already mentioned. Offensive line has been stacked with Tristan Wirfs and Gadecki on the opposite ends. Then we have, I don't think we have Bredesen. We signed Bredesen back at our right guard, or left guard, I think, because right guard we have, why am I forgetting his name? Malk, Cody Malk. Center, of course, we have our boy Graham that we just drafted, Graham Barton. That was his name, right? Connor Barton? Graham Barton. I always get his name mixed up with our kicker. But anyways, we got him in the trenches. Our line is really solidified. It's been great. Last year, we were top 5 in offense. So to add Emeka Egbuka, again, arguably one of the best receivers in the draft, the first round receiver. We don't really do that. We haven't done that since Mike Evans. So to do that, add to that already prolific offense, and be able to address some needs in the second round. We definitely still need a DB, safety, some pass rush help, but we couldn't pass on a offensive prospect falling into our laps like that. We saw it with the Chiefs, we see it with the Lions. A lot of teams are picking players to help their offense, outscore a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Our defense may lack a little bit, but if you outscore everybody, you'll win games anyways. But again, we did make some picks in the second round and third round on the second day that were amazing. Benjamin Morrison, cornerback out of Notre Dame, really, really highly touted talent out of Notre Dame. The only reason why he isn't like right now being as looked at as like maybe the top corner in the draft is he had a hip injury late last year. 2023, he had like 6 interceptions. I think his freshman year, he had like 3. Between his sophomore and freshman year, he had 9 interceptions. So he's a ball hawk. I think his junior year, he did get hurt this year. Wasn't able to perform like he was his first couple of years. But if he didn't have that hip injury, would be highly looked at as probably a top prospect up there with Will Johnson, probably higher than Jahdae Barron, since you saw how late Jahdae Barron got selected. He got selected late first round. So if he wasn't hurt, he could have been a prospect in the first round. So to get him in the second round and then double down with Robert Parrish, cornerback out of K-State, it let us know as Bucs fans that Jason Light is listening. He is going after the secondary, tackling the secondary that we do need because we gave up a lot in the passing game, especially over the middle and big plays over the top sometimes. And sometimes when we have to overcompensate with trying not to get hit over the top, we give up short passes and people just pick us to death with that. So getting more DBs, being able to move Tyke Smith to nickel, or excuse me, to safety. These two new corners can either play nickel, rotate with Jamel Dean. If we need to trade Jamel Dean for something, we'll have coverage if we need to. But we can. We have the luxury of being able to keep Jamel Dean now that we have a bunch of coverage. Still got Izzy in. I think we got a couple of veteran corners in free agency as well. So, we've been a team that had a lot of corners get injured, and we're kind of susceptible to everything if our starting and backup corners are all hurt. So stacking up there didn't hurt at all. And then getting David Walker to solidify the pass rush. We passed up on Jahad Campbell. We passed up on McKnight, whatever that guy, the linebacker's name was out of South Carolina. Um, and went for David Walker. I remember seeing David Walker because he was a small school player. I remember seeing him run his 40. He's a big ass, well, I wouldn't say huge defensive lineman. He's a smaller dude, kind of compact kind of guy, but he ran a 4.6 or something like that, a 4.6 as an edge rusher. I saw that. I was like, God damn, that boy is moving, little compact bull. And then seeing his highlights and hearing people talk about him is like he's one of the most uh accredited pass rushers in the FCS. You know what I'm saying? And for him to get drafted ahead of some players that are actually playing in the FBS is kind of crazy. So um, that's crazy. Everybody says he has a relentless motor, and we need that. Our pass rush was needing that. Shoyan Shoyinka, I forgot what his name was. See, that's somehow how ineffective he was. I'm forgetting his name. Joe Tryon Shoyinka is gone now. Shaq Barrett retired. We have Yaya Diaby. We have Anthony Nelson, but it's like we need more pass rush on the edge. Hopefully, Braswell can come to have a come to God season and just show out second round, or I think it was a first round pick for last year. With David Walker, with this last guy, I forgot his name. Let me see if I can get this last guy we drafted. His name. He went to SMU. His name was Elijah Roberts, edge setter, a big guy, because I think we lost William Golston as well. So just having players to rotate around Vita Vea, Kalijah Kancey, Yaya Diaby, Hassan Reddick we just signed. So having a rotation of pass rushers to pressure the quarterback and getting solidified in the back end too. Antoine Winfield's still there. Zion McCollum coming back with the new guys we did draft. Maybe get some undrafted free agents as well. Solidifying that back end to go with the top 5 rated offense already last year after picking up Emeka Egbuka. Man, we're gonna be good, man. Baker Mayfield just has to keep it together. People in our division have been doing some things, taking some players. T-Mac, Teteroa, McMillan went to the Panthers. Some running backs that I liked, I think, stayed in our division as well. You already know what the Falcons were doing. They drafted some good pass rush throughout the draft as well. Because they saw what we did on offense. They saw what we were doing already on offense, like keeping up scores, keeping high scoring games up there. It was a battle last year with the Falcons, and the Falcons got Michael Penix this year, moved on from Kirk Cousins. So to be able to solidify ourselves and maintain the top of our division while trying to get our defense together and usher in new guys, we got to have our offense on point. And I think Ibuka can come in and possibly be passed up McMillan, make McMillan our number 4. But I personally think that Chris Godwin's not going to be ready for the beginning of the season, and we don't have to rush him in, especially with Ibuka. I mean, he has like the highest. Well, what do they call it? The highest ceiling or the lowest ceiling? I don't know, because I think like a low ceiling is a bad thing. But I just feel like Ibuka, he's a veteran. He played, I think, 4 years at Ohio State. And he knows how to run routes. He's really reliable, Urban Meyer says, and a lot of people coming out of or like Ohio State fans say that he's really reliable. He'll be where you want him to be opened. And he's ready to play now. And like I said, Chris Godwin coming off that injury, who knows if he's going to be ready to play right away, but with this, we can have him ready. McMillan playing. Last year, we had a point in the season, I think it was a 4-game stretch where all our receivers were hurt. Mike Evans was hurt. Godwin was hurt. McMillan had a hamstring. So we were playing straight up with Sterling Shepard. We damn near had to put Rachaad White out there at receiver. It was ugly. And we still made it out and made the playoffs, but you know what I mean? We don't want to have to live on the edge like that. You know what I'm saying? So, being able to give, Baker four reliable receivers, go spread, put Bucky out there with like a solid offensive line, people wouldn't know are not going to know what to do. So that, along with a defense that is looking like the holes that we needed filled, are getting plugged, and we still have a free pick for the seventh round pick to pick anything we actually do need. Maybe another pass rusher. I wouldn't be mad at Tez Johnson getting drafted because man, that slow 40 did fuck him over, man. It looks like he's gonna go undrafted, bro. Like it is crazy to me how Oregon players. Well, first of all, shout out to all the Oregon players that got drafted early. Harmon going to Pittsburgh. I think Connerly, I forgot exactly what he either went to the. Did he go to the Chiefs? No, he went to the Eagles. He went to a good team either way. Josh Connerly, shout out him. Who else got drafted? I know Jeffrey Bassa got drafted to the Chiefs. The Chiefs traded up to get him before we got him. I know they did because there ain't no. Oh, God damn it, they traded up right before us. I wanted to draft another Oregon player so bad, but Jordan James went to the 49ers. Shout out him. Who else got drafted? Who else got drafted? I don't want to miss any. Jordan Birch. He went. Where did Jordan Birch go to? Jordan Birch. Did he go to New York? Or did he went somewhere or with another pass rusher? Jordan Birch. But shout out Jordan Birch. I know you got drafted, man. Shout out Big Ferg, Terrence Ferguson going to the LA Rams. Shout out him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the players got drafted, set an example for players coming in, knowing that Oregon is a place that recruits get drafted out of now. Receivers, quarterbacks, and all, of course, Dylan Gabriel getting drafted to the Browns, him and Shador going to the same spot. And the Shador drop, man, what happened, man? This is going to be something for the book, something to be studied because how the fuck did Shador drop to the fifth round and Tyler Shuck get drafted early to the Saints? I really don't understand. It had to be some kind of collusion to try to get Shador's basic contract down to something crazy to where I don't know. Because I don't know. I feel like they went out of their way to embarrass him because if the Browns were gonna pick him, they should have picked him over Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel, thank you for what you did at Oregon, but personally, I think Sador should have, he's been higher rated prospect all year. He's definitely been higher rated than fucking Kyle McCord, higher rated than Jalen Milroe as a pure passer. You know what I mean? Maybe it's some character issues. I don't know what exactly it truly is, but to me, it's a little wild. It's a little wild, man. But hey, to each his own. I just know the Buccaneers and Todd Bowles and Jason Light and the whole organization, the Glazers, are doing a great job. They made good choices on what to pay Baker Mayfield, keeping character guys in the building, drafting character guys, seeing Benjamin Morrison crying on the phone when he got the call from Todd Bowles, just thanking him for believing in him because he had that hip injury. And you see that he dropped, and you see how players can drop from injuries that coaches are like, oh, yeah, I don't want to take a risk because if he has an injury, you're wasting a draft pick. But the passion is there for a lot of these players. Players may get hurt, but doesn't mean that they don't have the strive to be good and they won't turn out to be good. Especially these DBs and receivers that had bad medicals and people passed on them just because, and now they're actually good to go. Me personally, I'm happy it was only a hip, even though hips are necessary for cornerbacks to open up and get places. I kind of feel like he's looking good. It's better than a leg. It's better than a knee, in my opinion. It's better than a shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna be great, man. People are saying he has a lot of Darrelle Revis qualities. Notre Dame alums were saying he's one of the best Notre Dame cornerbacks that they've seen coming out. So man, if we got another steal, him, Zion, Jamel Dean, Tyke Smith, Antoine Winfield, and everybody else plugging in, rotational players on defense, Levante David, Savassier Dennis, and I don't know who else is going to be a middle linebacker, though. We need another linebacker maybe in the seventh. Jeffrey Bossa would have been perfect, but yeah, it was good, man. I'm really excited to see what next year brings. I know it's early; it's not starting until September, but fantasy football, best of bias, fantasy football league. Hope everybody's watching the draft because there's a lot of people to pick from. Again, shout out Sedora, shout out the Sanders family. There's a lot of scrutiny going being put towards y'all during this whole process. A lot of hate, man. Man, I can't believe it. I know the hate was warranted sometimes during the college football season. A lot of shit was being talked. And maybe you played against them or in the same conference and had some kind of gripe. That was me 2 years ago when they were in the Pac-12. This year they did their thing in the Big 12. They got a lot of notoriety. Everybody was hating that was in the Big 12 with them coming in there thinking they can run the shit. I get it, I get it. But now, man, when he's a player makes it to the draft and is hoping to get drafted, I don't know. The amount of people that were shitting on him and trying to make him feel bad just because he didn't get drafted first round, second round. I get it. He was talking shit like he was gonna come out first round. You heard things about his draft interviews and people saying that he didn't really seem interested. He kind of felt like he knew where he was gonna go, and he performed the interviews accordingly. But man, that's bullshit, though. Yeah, I'm happy that they drafted him in the fifth round again. I don't know why they drafted a quarterback in the third and fifth round. They had plenty of picks to pick Sador early and then use those picks on other needs, but they don't have a quarterback at all. So maybe they're drafting their starter and their backup with a little competition to see who could be the starter. That'll never hurt. Um, the Browns got two running backs, Quinyon Judkins, and I think they get Samson from Clemson. So they got two big boys out there running the rock, and they can just hand it off. Got drafted a tight end, Fanning, one of the best tight ends in college football. He was in the FCS too, so nobody really talked about him. Uh, was he in the FCS? Yeah, I think so. Him, Njoku, they got Judy, so they gonna be good, man. What's up with a cool little maybe some undrafted free agents that may go undrafted? Who knows? There's a lot of free agents. Keenan Allen, you know what I'm saying? Some people can come in and help him out as well. So everything's not all bad, man. Everything's not all bad. But to the NFC, everybody that was winning and doing all that shit up until now, I just want to let y'all know we coming. Shout out Emeka Ibuka. Shout out Benjamin Morrison. Shout out Robert Parrish. Shout out David Walker. Shout out Elijah Roberts. Shout out to all the new guys, all the new Buccaneers, and to the seventh round pick who hasn't been picked yet. We didn't get there. Welcome to the Buccaneers. Hope you make the team, and it's gonna be a good one, man. We're gonna try to win the division for the fifth year in a row and make this playoff push again. Win another championship, get Baker a championship. You know what I'm saying? All that hate, brush it off your shoulders, man. But everybody else, hope your team drafted well. And sorry, I'm not gonna hold y'all for a long time. I just wanted to pop in, test out this new video quality because 720, bro. I'm sorry. These last couple of videos been blurry as hell. Why didn't y'all tell me? Figured it out now, though. It's the Best of Bias podcast, Lydell. Just a little touch in for the post draft check in for the Buccaneers. No long talking, but thank you guys for being here. Hey, go Nuggets, man. Let's win this game too. But we'll be back next week with another episode of the Best of Bias podcast. Just a quick check in for y'all. What y'all doing in the draft? Where that theme song at? Holla at me. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.